Hello, traders. FX Collector here. Today is Tuesday and it is June 11th. So, how is everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully, everybody's having a good start of their week. It is Tuesday, so I mean, it's not like the week just started, but yeah, definitely. As far as news has gone these last couple of days, it's definitely been very, very slow, especially for the news calendar, but that is definitely all about to change starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, we have a ton of news this week. We got CPI for the US dollar tomorrow, which is a huge news event. And I will be in a Zoom meeting at the time of this news event with my premium members looking for entries on the dollar pairs. And then tomorrow, we also have FOMC federal funds rate tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time. And I will be in a YouTube live stream on for this news event right here. So every time we have U.S. federal funds rate news, I do live stream on YouTube for that. So definitely make sure you stop in tomorrow. Normally my live streams on YouTube are at 4:30 UK time or at 11:30 U.S. Eastern Standard Time. But since tomorrow we have such a big news day, we're not going to be doing the 4:30 news event. We're going to be doing the 7 p.m. News event tomorrow, or 2 p.m. in the afternoon if you're in the U.S. in the Eastern Standard Time. So just keep in mind that tomorrow's live stream is not going to be at 4:30. It is going to be at 7 p.m. UK time or at 2 p.m. US time. And I'm actually starting a half an hour before that, so it's actually going to start at 6:30 UK time. GMT plus 1, or it's going to be starting at 1:30 in the afternoon US Eastern Standard Time. So definitely make sure you stop in for that. Tomorrow is going to be a really, really, really big day. Today we basically had no news really at all, besides a little bit of pound news this morning. And Monday we really didn't have a whole lot going on, but the rest of the week we definitely have a lot of stuff going on. And Thursday we got news for the Aussie. We got some more dollar news on Thursday, and we also have the primary consumer sentiment on Friday, and we have interest rate for the JPY this week too. So we have a lot going on this week starting tomorrow. It's kind of been the quiet before the storm, I feel like. Because the dollar, I mean, it definitely did make a pretty good move on Friday, but ever since Friday's move, the dollar really has been extremely, extremely, extremely slow. So that's okay, though. I mean, we're kind of used to that. I mean, it kind of happens. Pretty common for the dollar to do that. I mean, it makes a big move and then it does nothing for several days. It makes a big move, does nothing for several days, makes a big move, does nothing for several days. So it's pretty common for the dollar to do stuff like that. So yeah, I'd like to start off my live streams by looking at the U.S. dollar index because I am a big believer. If you have a good idea what the dollar index is going to do, then you pretty much know exactly what to do on all the dollar pairs, including gold to an extent. Gold definitely kind of has a mind of its own. But definitely, for the most part, if you know what the U.S. dollar index is doing, then you pretty much know what all to do on all the U.S. dollar pairs. So we're going to start off by analyzing the U.S. dollar index, not the DXY, but the U.S. dollar index. Then we're going to look at the euro dollar, we're going to look at the pound dollar, and we're going to take a look at gold. Once I do all four of those analysis, then we're going to start taking requests from people in the audience. So definitely make sure that you do. If you have something you'd like me to look at for you, definitely put it in the chats on YouTube, and I'll be more than happy to look at basically anything. I have a one request from one of my premium members, so I definitely want to get to that also. So once I finish these four analysis, I'll do the one request from my premium member, and then we'll start taking requests from people on YouTube. So if you have something, definitely put it in there. And definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss out on my future live streams. And like I said, I will be live streaming for federal funds rate news tomorrow on YouTube. I'm also going to be live streaming for the CPI news tomorrow for the U.S. dollar, which is another really really big news event. But it's going to be a Zoom meeting. So if anybody hasn't done so already, if you are interested, definitely check out my membership. I like to call it learn and earn at the same time because hopefully while you're learning to trade by following along with my trading course and by participating in my live Zoom meetings that I do every single day of the week, which I do a meeting starting at 1 p.m. UK time, New York session, and tomorrow's news, as you can see, is at 1:30. So I will be live streaming for this news event tomorrow for my premium members. Last Friday, during the non-farm payroll, about 1 or 2 minutes before the news came out, we all went short on the euro dollar in my meeting. And I think everybody knows what happened to the euro dollar last week on Friday, so definitely really no explanation there. A lot of the times you can tell what the news is going to do before the news even does come out, especially when you look at all correlated pairs. So, anyways, let's start off on the US dollar. Let's do our full top down analysis and then we'll move on to look at some of these other dollar pairs. Let me get rid of this on the higher time frames real quick. Let's see, there we go. I don't even really want it on the daily. There we go. So I'm actually still a big believer that the dollar is overall in a downtrend. I think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think most likely this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. I think this right here is an A. I think this is a B, and I think we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. So I'm definitely still very bearish on the dollar pairs, as everybody probably knows that follows me. I'm very bullish on the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the Kiwi, and bearish on the CAD and the Swiss also. So going down to the daily time frame, I mean, we definitely have 5 waves down on the dollar, which kind of makes you think that the dollar at this point is probably going to try to sweep these highs right there before it actually does go down. Now, originally I was thinking that this was going to end up being a flat because this move down right here actually was 1, 2, 3 waves up, and this was 1, 2, 3 waves down, and it went to 90% of the wave A. So a regular flat normally goes right to 90% of the wave A, which is exactly what this did. But if this is a regular flat, then it kind of has to turn here. If it goes any higher than that, then it kind of invalidates the concept of this being a regular flat. And at this point, it kind of seems like it might end up doing something like this. I personally think that the dollar news is probably going to cause the dollar to go. I think we're going to get some sort of a move like this on the dollar. So that's definitely what I'm expecting to see tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow is a really big day for the US dollar for sure. It would be really good if this actually did drift down for the rest of the day, because then it would be more of a proper A, a proper B, and a proper wave C. And then I think tomorrow's CPI news is likely to cause the dollar to go up, and then I think tomorrow's federal funds news is likely to cause the dollar to go down. So I'm expecting two dollar news, the CPI dollar news, to cause the dollar to go up, and I'm expecting the FOMC interest rate news to cause the dollar to go down. So I definitely need to reevaluate this before the news. I mean, it's easy to say that now, but tomorrow at the news, this thing could look totally different. And you know, if it actually ends up looking something like this, then I will definitely change my analysis to a different outlook. But for now, that is definitely what I think. And like I said, I will be live streaming tomorrow for my premium members at the time of the CPI news. So if anybody is interested in joining my membership, it is down here. It's at my website, which is fxpipcollector.com, right down here. So if anybody is interested in that, definitely check it out. It's extremely cheap. I keep my membership very cheap because I want people to think that it's affordable. It's only $30 a month and you can cancel at any time. And I do share every single swing trade that I take with my premium members at the time of entry. So if you are interested or you're thinking about it, definitely give it a try. I mean, it is extremely cheap, $30 a month. If you're paying in pounds, that's probably only like 25 pounds or something. And if you're paying in euros, it's probably only about 27, 28 euros. So it's definitely a really good deal for sure. I like to keep it very cheap so that way it's very affordable for everybody. So anyways, let's go check out the dollar, the euro dollar first. I totally think we're in a wave two right now on the euro dollar. I think this is 5 waves up for the one. I think we're in an ABC of two. Ever since we had that parliament news, the election this week, or it was actually over the weekend, but it ended on Sunday. But ever since we had that parliament news, this euro has been very strong. All the euro pairs have been going down very strong. But I still think that this move down is likely to be a wave two, and I still think this needs to go up for a wave three. Especially if you've seen my full top down analysis, you know exactly what I expect to see on the monthly and on the weekly time frame. So anyways, taking it down to the 4 hour time frame, the euro dollar is still drifting down while a lot of the other dollar pairs are actually trying to make a move up. So the euro is actually still very weak. I think there's a good chance this is a wave one. I think there's a good chance this is a wave two. I was expecting it to go up possibly today to make a more proper ABC of wave 4, but obviously the euro is just too weak to do that as of yet. Probably a wave 3, probably a wave 4. I would like to see this drift up today. If this drifts up today, I think it's going to be a perfect setup for tomorrow's to short for wave 5. And then most likely at the interest rate news is what I think this is going to end up continuing the uptrend. So, yeah, taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, if we get a break of structure to the upside, I think there's a pretty good chance that it will go up, probably even take out this high right here. And I think it's possibly, based on the other dollar pairs, possibly still a wave 4. And then I think tomorrow's news is going to cause it to go down, the CPI news, and then I think the interest rate news is going to cause it to go up. Because I think it's very clear that this is a 1, 2, probably a wave 3, it needs to make a wave 4, and we probably are going to be in a wave 5. So I think it's actually very clear what we got going on the dollar pairs especially. And like I said, yeah, the euro dollar is definitely pretty weak overall, but I think it's pretty clear what's going on. And I still think that personally this is going to go up and either make a running flat wave C or a expanding flat wave C, which is, like I said, if you've seen my full top down videos on these pairs, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's check out the pound dollar. Now, pound dollar actually still kind of looks like it could be in one trend. It still kind of looks like it could be a 1, 2, 3. But if the other dollar pairs have already ended the first trend, like already ended a wave 1, and likely the pound dollar's already ended a wave 1, 2, likely this is actually a wave 2, and likely it's going to go up and make a wave 3. So I'm still very, very bullish on all the dollar pairs, as you can tell. Sort of time frames, I think that more than likely, yes, this is very overlapping, and yes, I understand that this breaks Elliott wave rules, and I do understand that every single time I say something like this on YouTube, I get about 4 comments of people saying a wave 4 is not supposed to go into the territory of wave 1. And yeah, that is an Elliott wave rule, but honestly, I don't really think the market gives a crap about Elliott wave rules. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, especially when you're talking about a trend within a correction. Trends within corrections often do break a lot of Elliott wave rules, especially when you're talking about wave 1 is not supposed to go into the territory of wave 4 rule. So I still think this is a wave C. I still think that it's likely to go up after the wave C is complete, and I think it's likely to continue the uptrend. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I think this is more likely a wave A. I think what's going on here is we have like either an expanding flat wave B or just an irregular wave B. I think this is likely to go up to probably the 50% level to make a wave C, probably an ABC of 4. I think tomorrow's CPI news is likely to cause this to go down, make a wave 5, wave 3. And I think that tomorrow's interest rate news is going to cause this to go up, break structure, and continue the uptrend. So I'm still very, very bullish overall. I mean, on the sort of time frames, I do think there's a pretty good chance that it is going to go down before it goes up. But definitely still very bullish overall for sure. And let's go check out gold before we start taking requests from people in the audience. So gold, yeah, I mean, I'm still very bullish on gold too. I mean, all the dollar pairs, and gold is definitely a dollar pair. I'm sure everybody's seen my full top down video on gold, but my target for gold is still the 161.8 Fibonacci extension. And the reason why that is my target is because that's a wave 1 extension off the bottom of wave 2. A wave 3 normally goes to at least the minimum it will go as the 161.8 Fibonacci extension. So I'm still pretty confident this is going to go up at least to there, probably make a big old wave 4, and then probably go up and make a wave 5. I personally think that we're still in a subdivision of a wave 3 on gold. But like I said, you've probably seen my full top down video, so you probably already know what I think about that. Going down to the sort of time frames is where you start to get a little bit, not really so much confused, but I was thinking that this was an A, this was a B, and that this was a C. But it doesn't really seem like it's playing out like it should. It definitely has 5 waves. This move up looks more like a trend, even though I've been calling it potentially a wave B. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could try calling it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I think that this trend right here is way, way, way too short to be a complete wave 3. Which is why I still think there's a pretty good chance this is just an ABC correction to this last wave up. And I think there's a pretty good chance that this is going to end the correction probably tomorrow, and I still think the $2,550 area is extremely a very, very, very likely target on this. So, I honestly, I mean, I think this is more than likely just a correction to this last wave up. This is definitely a downtrend, probably a wave A. This is probably a wave A right here. This is probably a wave B. This is probably a wave C, probably A, B, C, or B. I think there's a pretty good chance this is going to continue to drift up today, maybe to a fib level. I think there's a pretty good chance that will end up pushing down tomorrow, but I think it's probably just going to end up continuing the uptrend when it's ready. So I'm definitely still, like I said, I'm still very bullish. I still think there's a very good chance this is going to end up continuing the uptrend for sure. I think at this point it needs to hit this 38%. I mean, yeah, maybe it is going to drift down a little bit more, but I think it pretty much needs to go up and hit this 38% Fibonacci retracement of this last push down. And like I said, I think tomorrow we're going to see a short. And then I think at the FOMC meeting, we're probably likely to see a trend reversal, which is probably going to be the end of a wave C and probably the continuation of the uptrend, in my opinion. Still all just a wave 3 subdivision on the much higher time frames. Like the weekly, the monthly, and even the daily. I think this is all still just part of subdivisions of a wave 3 on those very high time frames. So overall, I definitely would be looking for longs for sure. Definitely. Definitely still looking for longs. I mean, if you trade below the 1 hour time frame, if you're more of a scalper, then I definitely would be looking for longs, probably up to like the 23-25 area. Then I'd probably be looking for shorts, and then I'd probably be back to looking for longs. So kind of all over the place, to be honest with you. But I think that we are very likely to see something that definitely follows along with those lines. Hey, Nay, how's it going? Hey, Philippi, how's it going? Skywick, Charles, nice to see you. CD, Chris. So now that we looked at the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and we looked at gold, and we also looked at the US dollar index, now we're going to start taking requests from people in the audience. We already have a few requests coming in, like the Aussie dollar, the US dollar Swiss, US 100, and a few other things. But one of my premium members also requested that I look at Volvo for him, which is not something that I normally trade myself. I don't actually trade individual stocks, but I definitely don't mind looking at them. No, we haven't gone through that yet. I'm in the Aussie dollar too. I'm actually long on the Aussie dollar, but it's not really doing a whole lot, is it? But yeah, we are going to look at the Aussie dollar once we're completed with this. Let's go look at Volvo for Speedo, and then we'll start taking requests from people on YouTube. Where's Volvo? I have it on here. There it is, Volvo. Oh yeah, I see. I see what you see, Speedo. Definitely. So let's do a Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and I definitely want the normal retracement. I don't want the retracement set up for flats. Oh man, we're right at the 61%, huh? This definitely could be an A, this definitely could be a B, and we could already be in the wave C. If we can identify the end of a trend for that wave C, then we're going to identify the end of this whole correction also. Taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. Oh man, I think Speedo is right, huh? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we break this structure right here, then I think that's the end of a wave 5. And if that's the end of a wave 5, and this is really a wave C, which I think it is, then most likely this really is going to be a complete trend reversal. Most likely it's going to be the continuation of the uptrend. For sure. So let's see here. Yeah, I gotta turn that Streamlabs off apparently because every time somebody puts like the euro yen in capital letters, it like tries to boot you off. I see your euro yen and euro pound analysis, so Robin, I'll definitely get to that for you. So Speedo, I would definitely be watching for a break of structure to the upside. If you get that break of structure, I would definitely think about going long. Probably going to be the end of an ABC correction, honestly. So let's switch back to here and let's start taking requests from the audience. Let's start off at the top, start making our way down. Let's see, Skyward and Charles, boy, they're in every single one of my live streams, so thanks a lot. I really thank you for the support. It looks like Skywick was the first one to request something, which is the Aussie dollar. I'm long on the Aussie dollar. I've been long for a few hours now, and boy, it's not really doing a whole heck of a lot, is it? I really think that the Aussie dollar is very clearly in a wave C already. I think this is five waves up for wave one. I think this is an ABC of two. So it's basically just like the euro dollar and the pound dollar, really. Taking it down to the 4 hour time frame, just like the euro dollar and the pound dollar, I do realize that this is breaking Elliott wave rules. And I honestly don't really care about so called Elliott wave rules, and neither does the market, because a wave one is not supposed to go into the territory of wave four. It happens all the time. I think that we're still in a wave four personally. I think that we need to go up and make a wave C of four, and then I think we need to go down and make a wave five. And then I think it's going to break structure and continue the uptrend. Now, most wave twos do take out the lower wave four, which is why I think that this possibly could even do a pretty big spike. Tomorrow's CPI news, I think, is what's likely going to cause this to go down. And then I think it's probably going to go down, take out the low of wave four, and then it's probably going to do a reversal at the FOMC news, is what I think is going to happen. Hey, Menu, how's it going? Hey, Divine, how are you doing? No, I haven't looked at any Swiss pairs. I just started taking requests. All I've looked at so far is the euro dollar, the pound dollar gold, and the US dollar index. So if you would like a Swiss pair to be analyzed, definitely put it in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at it for you. So, like I said, I'm already long on the Aussie dollar. I really feel like it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a wave A. It looks like it already completed 1, 2, 3 waves down for wave B. It looks like it should be going up to at least a 38, possibly even the 50% for a wave C. I'm already long on this, and I'm probably just going to take it up to the 38% just to get a little bit of profit. Then I think it's likely to go down. Yeah, I see gold is playing out pretty much exactly how you were telling us today, Menu. Definitely. So I think this is going to go up and finish a wave C, probably a wave C of wave four, and then I think tomorrow's CPI news is going to cause it to go down. Definitely seems like it at least. So let's see here. Let's see. And if I do end up missing anybody's analysis, definitely just put it back in there, and I'll definitely look at it. It looks like the US 100, which is NASDAQ, was the next one on the list. Now, every single thing on this list right here, from top to bottom, I analyze every single day for my premium members. And I just recently, this week, or really last week, started analyzing all these indices right here. I do the S&P 500, NASDAQ, the US 30, UK 100, EU 50, Germany 30, France 40, the Aussie 200, JPY 225. I analyze every single one of these things on the list, and I look for setups every single day during my Zoom meetings that I do for my premium members. So yeah, let's check out the NASDAQ. I think that these are getting very close to turning down, which kind of makes you a little wondering about what's going to happen tomorrow. It really looks like five waves on the daily time frame. It looks like a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we're in the wave 5 of 5 right now. Or potentially we're already in the wave 5. I think it needs to continue to drift up a little bit more, maybe touch this 50%. Maybe it'll even do like a spike reversal at tomorrow's news, but even the wave 5 to me seems extremely clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're probably in a wave 5 of wave 5. And this is the 4 hour time frame, so it's probably going to play out almost perfectly that tomorrow we are probably going to get a pretty big reversal on some of these indices, I bet. If it goes down, breaks structure, that pretty much proves to me that this whole trend starting way down here is probably over. Now that doesn't mean it's going to be a complete trend reversal on the weekly, but it would probably at least mean that we would at least make another pullback to this last move up, possibly something like this, like another pullback and another continuation of the uptrend pattern later on. Definitely seems like it at least. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for a reversal on this. I don't think it's quite ready to reverse yet. I kind of doubt that it's going to make a big reversal the day before. We have big news for the U.S., which is tomorrow. More than likely, it's probably just going to kind of drift up and continue to look like that. So yeah. Hey, yeah, Nay, I saw that YoCad is making a pretty good push down. We can look at that if you want to. Yeah, it's hard to know. We never get we never get the full move. So sometimes we can do really good, but usually we're not gonna get the whole move on stuff most of the time. I personally I'm still very bullish on silver also. I think silver is going up to the 100% Fibonacci extension. I think this is likely a wave A, a wave B, and that we're currently in a wave C. So I still think that this is likely to go back up to the 100%, which is right around the $36 area. Now this is the monthly time frame, so I mean it could take months and months and months for it to get up there. But I definitely still think it's gonna. I think this current move down that we're getting is more than likely a correction to this move up. I'm definitely looking for a Fibonacci bounce. I'm looking for a break of structure on shorter time frames to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. Probably likely to happen tomorrow, in my opinion. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. It kind of turned into a little bit of a messy pattern now, didn't it? I was actually kind of wondering, just based on price, if that right there was actually the wave B, and this made like a running flat, like this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This was actually supposed to be like a wave B, and this is supposed to be a wave C, and it's like either a running flat or just an irregular ABC correction. So this would be the wave A, this would be the ABC or B, and now we're currently in a wave C. Definitely looks like it's probably going to try to go down to at least a 61%. Then if it turns back up tomorrow, then I think it's probably going to end the correction and continue the uptrend. It might, hopefully, what happens. So yeah. So, by the way, definitely make sure that you join my free Discord channel if you have not done so already. It is 100% free to join. I'm also going to be doing some giveaways, especially for active members. I gave away 100 USDT last month, and I'm probably going to start doing that on a monthly basis. In order to participate in the giveaway, you do not have to be a paying member. You can be a free member, you can be a paying member. It doesn't really matter. You just have to be a member of the group, and it's probably going to be based on people that are active in the group too. So definitely join the membership. It is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. You're not going to be able to get access to my swing trade setups and my daily analysis as a free member, but you'll definitely be a part of a trading community that is willing to help each other out. So definitely join the trading community if you have not done so already. So I personally would definitely still be looking for shorts on silver, at least until we get some sort of a break of structure to the upside. I definitely would be looking for shorts in a downtrend. Once we get a break of structure to the upside, it's probably going to be the end of a wave C, and probably the continuation of the uptrend. So once that happens, I'll definitely stop looking for shorts and definitely start looking for longs again. So far, it hasn't happened, so I'm just waiting patiently. Let's see. Where did we leave off? US dollar Swiss versus Zen. I was hoping to see a sword on the US dollar Swiss, but it kind of looks like it's ending a correction already, doesn't it? Really looks like the end of a correction on these higher time frames. I really expect the dollar to go down, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I mean, it looks like a 1, 2, 3 pattern right to a Fibonacci level, so like I said, I was looking for a sword because technically the trend is down on the very high time frames. But boy, it looks like the end of a correction. It looks like it has a break of structure, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. It kind of looks like this potentially is in an uptrend. It's just going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows at this point. I think there's a good chance the dollar is going to go down tomorrow at the news, so it's going to be interesting to see what something like this does, because this looks like it's already ended a correction. We were talking with my premium members today about how this possibly is a wave A, this is wave B, and this is possibly a wave C, and it's actually just getting ready to go down. But really, I mean, it just looks like a five-way pattern. It looks like a break of structure. It looks like it's just continuing the uptrend. So kind of unclear whether this is going to keep on going up or not. Like I said, I was definitely looking for a short. I don't see it yet though. I was definitely thinking that this possibly was either this was the ABC right here, and we're already in a wave C, or I was looking at this as possibly being an ABC right here. So, I mean, depending on what time frame you trade, if you trade below the 1 hour, I would definitely still be looking for longs because, I mean, this is very clearly a 1, 2, 3. If it makes a 4 or 5 and then breaks structure to the downside, I would definitely stop looking for longs and I would start looking for shorts again. But like I said, tomorrow is going to be a really, really big day for the dollar and all the dollar pairs. So if you do get in any dollar trades today, just be a little bit on the cautious side. There's a pretty good chance that the dollar is going to be pretty crazy the next couple of days. At least the next 24 to 30 hours, at least. Like I said, we got a lot of really, really big news coming out tomorrow. We got CPI for the dollar tomorrow, and we got interest rate for the dollar tomorrow, which I really don't think they're going to lower interest rates, even though Europe and Canada has lowered their interest rates. I really don't think that the U.S. is going to lower interest rates. Because right from the beginning, Powell has been saying that they're not going to lower interest rates until we get to 2% CPI, and we're actually at 3.4%. So if Powell lowers interest rates now, then pretty much what he's been saying for the last 2 years is complete garbage. And yeah, I really, really doubt that they're actually going to lower interest rates tomorrow. I think the odds are very, very, very low that they're actually going to do that. Let's see here. I gotta look at Robin's Euro Yen and Euro Pound. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, buying the dip on the yen pairs is still proving to be a really, really good strategy, as you can see. It's been a good strategy since 2000, and it continues to be a good strategy. I mean, I personally still think that what we're looking at now is probably nothing more than a correction to this move up. Definitely. So I'm definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. Yeah, no problem, Zen. Yeah, Carl, I think we'll have plenty of time to look at that USD Mexican peso. I was thinking that originally this was already the end of a three-way pattern, 1, 2, 3 ways down. It came back down and pretty much retested that area, but yeah, I'm definitely still bullish. I definitely, definitely am still looking for longs, especially if we get either a breakout structure or a higher low. I mean, as of right now, this move up technically could be a correction to this move down. So I would put my Fibonacci retracement on there, and I would observe it. If it does something like this, makes a lower high, makes an impulsive move down, and turns at a fib level, then I would continue to go short. Which technically you probably should be looking for shorts on the 1 hour range I know anyways. If you observe it and then you observe it going up and breaking structure, then you definitely need to stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again for the continuation of the uptrend. Like I said, I have a really hard time sorting the yen pairs. I really do not like to sort the yen pairs. At least not in the last few years, because all you have to do is zoom out on the 4 hour time frame and you'll see it pretty much instantly why buying the dip on the yen pairs has been an amazing, amazing strategy for more than 4 years now. And how do we know that this uptrend potentially couldn't last 5 years, 6 years? Potentially it could last another year or two. So I definitely would be looking for longs at the end of pullbacks primarily, unless you're a scalper, then maybe you could be sorting it. I mean, yeah, there's definitely been some money to be made to some of these sorts. I'm not saying that there's not money to be made from the sorts. I'm saying that the big money has, over the last 4 years, has definitely been buying every single dip that you see on the yen pairs, on every single one of them. So let's check out the euro pound. Boy, that has been a wicked mover, huh? Big time. We just hit a 100% Fibonacci extension, so I mean, we may possibly have a move up coming, honestly. Definitely looks like, honestly, it kind of looks like we should have a move up coming. But on the sort of time frames, I mean, it really looks like a 1, 2, 3. It looks like we're just ending a wave 3 now and potentially going to make a wave 4 and then eventually make a wave 5. Then if we have a break of structure, that potentially it would be the end of this whole move down. And if that's the end of the whole move down, it potentially might go up and eventually take out the high of wave 4. But I still think even right now that you should probably be looking for swords because it looks like it needs to make a wave 4 and a wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I personally still think that looking for swords is definitely the better strategy as of now, trading with the trend. It kind of looks to me like we possibly could be making a wave 4, so if you are a scalper, I mean, you could definitely be scalping to the long side. But I still think that the bigger, better, easier, more consistent money is going to be looking for sorts in a downtrend. I mean, look at some of these corrections. One, two, three waves up, go sort. 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 Guess what I'm doing? Looking for one, two, three waves up to go sort for the continuation of the downtrend still. So I'm definitely still looking for sorts in a downtrend for sure. Sorry, I needed some water. So definitely still looking for sorts in a downtrend on that. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at the CAD Swiss for Divine. So the CAD Swiss. I know there's a couple of people that were long on the CAD Swiss today. Oh, it's definitely working out too. Where'd my CAD Swiss analysis go? What the heck happened there? Hmm. That's the second time that's happened to me this week. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was gonna say, what the heck? Yeah. Hmm. There we go. Now it's coming back. That's weird. I don't know why TradingView does that sometimes. There we go. Now it's coming back. All right. So I personally still think that the CAD Swiss is in a wave C. I definitely am looking at this as a wave a wave B, and most likely a wave C. We're right at the 50%, so I still think this is potentially a pretty good chance to go long. And the Swiss is a risk on, risk off currency, so tomorrow, whether the dollar goes up or down, the Swiss is definitely going to be affected by tomorrow's news. The Swiss has always been a little bit of a safe haven for the dollar. When the dollar goes down, money flows to the Swiss. When the dollar goes up, money flows away from the Swiss back to the dollar. Same thing with the yen. Same thing with the Aussie to an extent. Yeah, like I said, I know a few people in the group went long today, and honestly, it kind of looks like it might have been a good choice. We're sitting right at the 50%. I think this is one, two, three waves down A. One, two, three waves up B, and I think we have five waves down for C. If it goes up, it breaks structure. It pretty much confirms to me that the wave C is over. It's probably going to be the continuation of the uptrend. Not really seeing a break of structure yet, but yeah, I mean, there's always a chance that this is just another ABC cuts into the downtrend. So don't get too excited about the trend reversal yet. It could literally go up, reject structure, and just go up down. So definitely keep an eye on your structure. If it breaks and holds above structure, then it's probably the end of a correction. If it rejects structure, then it's actually probably another good sorting opportunity. Because technically, we should be looking for shorts on this. There's really no confirmation that it's going up yet. Especially with the fact that we got such a big dollar news tomorrow. We got really big dollar news coming out tomorrow. So potentially it's going to be even on the Swiss and probably even the yen pairs and across the board, there's probably going to be some pretty good action across the board. So, I mean, I'm either waiting for a break of structure on roughly the 4 hour time frame, or I'm waiting for it to become, overbought in a downtrend so I can go short again. Or, excuse me, rejecting structure so I can go short again. Definitely waiting on that. Let's see. What do we got? The CAD Swiss. We already did that. Let's see here. CAD Swiss. Yeah, let's check out the Euro CAD for Nay. I'm actually waiting for a long on the Euro CAD, and I might actually end up going long. Yeah, I might end up going long on the Euro CAD at some point. I personally think that it is. A lot of people in my group are calling this either an expanding flat wave B or a running flat wave B, which I agree with. But I think this is a 1, 2, 3 down for wave A. I think this is A. I think this is a B, and I still think this is potentially going to keep going up for wave C. And I definitely agree that it could be an A, B, C, or B, but if it is an A, B, C, or B, it should go up to one of these two fib levels before it actually turns back down for the bigger wave C. So I'm still very bullish on this overall. I actually still think that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. I still think there's a pretty good chance that it could go up. I'm waiting to see if it breaks structure on the sort of time frames or anything. If it does something like that, I'm probably going to go long, and I'm probably just going to hold on for the continuation of the uptrend, especially based on the higher time frames. I really feel like there's a very good chance this thing is going to go up again. And the only reason why it went down so strong is because of the Parliament news that we had this week, the election news that we had this week. And definitely still bullish on the very high time frames. Like I said, I think if anything, this is just another ABC correction to the uptrend. So we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, then the market will prove me wrong. And I won't have to guess whether we're going up or down because I know how to tell whether we're going up or down by, you know, by tuning the frequency of my time frames. Like I said, my membership comes with this trading course, and in the trading course, I have just the basics like, making money, trading with pop firms, compounding your trading account, Fibonacci, difference between trends and corrections, risk management, market structure analysis, Elliott wave analysis, trading psychology. But then this section right here, I think, is the most important section of my trading course. It's tuning the frequency of your charts. I truly believe that 99% of traders do not understand the concept of tuning the frequency of your charts. Most traders, if you ask them, what time frame you're trading on, they'll be like, oh, well, I trade the 15-minute time frame and I use the 4-hour time frame for confirmation. Honestly, I think that is like the worst thing you can do because the 15-minute and the 4 hour is not always going to be tuned correctly to the chart. The charts are just like an FM radio. If you're not on the right channel, the FM radio. If you're trying to listen to like 96.7 and you're on 90, radio station 96.5, you're still going to hear the music. It's just going to be really staticky. Same thing with the chart. If you're not on the right time frame, if you're not tuned to the correct time frame, it's going to be really hard to hear. If I'm talking about FM radio, hear the music, or if I'm talking about the charts, it's going to be really difficult to read the charts if you're not on the correct time frame. So I'm still primarily looking for longs in an uptrend, and because so far I don't really see a reason to start looking for shorts yet. Possibly it might give me a reason to start looking for shorts soon if it keeps going down, but for now, I'm definitely still looking for longs. No, we haven't looked at that yet. We're gonna go look at it now. Let's go look at the U.S. dollar, Mexican dollar for our friend Charles because he is in pretty much every single one of my live streams. So I definitely appreciate the support. Hmm, what's going on with that? Jeez. That's a pretty impulsive move up, isn't it? Boy, I wonder if that's a wave C or not, though. Kind of looks like it could be a wave C because this is 1, 2, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C, and then down again. Hmm. Yeah. Boy, that really looks like a 1, 2, 3. Kind of seems to me like we need to make a wave 4 and we need to make a wave 5. And then if it goes down and breaks structure, it's going to be the end of a correction, continuation of the downtrend. Yeah, wow. Oh, the election in Mexico, that's what happened? Hmm. There's a lot of elections this year. I heard that there's more elections this year than there has been in a very long time. Boy, that looks like it could make a sword at some point, doesn't it? I kind of feel like, if anything, this is going to end up going down tomorrow at the news, probably. big short, yeah, exactly. I think the first short is more likely going to be a wave four though, and then we're probably going to make a wave five, but it possibly could just be a three-way pattern, I guess, on the daily, right? I mean, I guess this possibly could just be another ABC correction. If it is an ABC correction, when we have the end of this trend, it's going to be a complete trend reversal. So, I mean, it definitely could be the big short. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, I can look at pretty much anything for sure. If I do miss somebody's analysis, definitely let me know. Yeah, that's what I heard. Vidya, that's what I heard. There's all kinds of elections this year. We got elections in the U.S. this year too, which is going to be a pretty big deal because there's definitely no good choice this year for president. I think we either have old and crippled or delusional and mental. I know I'm not voting for old and crippled. That's one thing I do know for sure. So let's see here. Yeah, let's check out a couple crypto. I see we have a couple of cryptos analysis in here. So let's check out Pepe coin. It's made a pretty big move down, hasn't it? But boy, it definitely looks like an ABC correction to me. Made a really big move down. Yeah, wow, that definitely looks like an ABC though. Look at it. One, two, three, four, five, A. This is probably all supposed to be the wave B right here. And then, or maybe it ends right there actually. A, B, C, or B. And then one, two, three, four, five of C. Boy, if that thing goes up and breaks structure, it's probably going to be the end of a correction, continuation of the uptrend. Boy, it really looks like it, huh? I would be keeping an eye on that. Boy, that really looks like it might be very, very close. I wouldn't go long now because potentially it could go down, sweep these lows, maybe even go down and hit the 78%. But if it does go up and break structure, it's probably the end of a correction. Probably the end of an ABC correction, continuation of the uptrend. Wow, that's getting really, really close, huh? It really looks like the end of an AB. It looks like an ABC on the daily for sure. Yeah, let's check out the US dollar yen for worldwide ambition. Worldwide ambitions. I like the name. Pretty catchy. Yeah, all those altcoins definitely. I personally think we're in a wave 5 of 5 on the US dollar yen. I think we're likely to go up to the 78% and possibly even to the 100%. Which the 100% you can't even see because you got to go up to a higher time frame. I'm definitely extremely bullish on the yen pairs still. I still think that we have upside potential left. Probably a decent amount of upside potential. I think this is very clearly a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, probably a wave 4, and I think we're going up already for a wave 5. I think this right here is already the wave 4 in my opinion. I think that's one, two, three waves down for the wave 4. I think we're already in a wave 5. Definitely, definitely bullish. Now we have to remember that tomorrow's dollar news is definitely going to affect the yen pairs also, and we have to remember that we also have news for the yen this week. We have interest rate for the news Friday morning or Thursday evening, depending on where you are. They're saying that they're not going to change interest rates, but I think that they possibly could raise interest rates because inflation is so low, and they want to devalue their currency a little bit or increase the value. So I personally think that they might end up raising interest rates. I definitely would be looking for longs. I actually tried to sort this right here because I thought it might have been an ABC, and then I got out. And yeah, I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure, 100%. Definitely looking for longs. But like I said, tomorrow's news is definitely going to affect the yen pairs also for sure. Let's go check out oil for Surzi. Boy, I'm starting to think that oil made a higher low wave C, to be honest with you. I mean, it's definitely not confirmed yet. I mean, this move up definitely could be a crutch into this move down. I mean, it still could be going down, but it definitely did make one, two, three, four, five waves down, and it is a very significant turn. It looks very bullish. Nice menu, heck yeah. So I think that this is a wave A. I think this is an A, B, C of wave B. And I think this potentially could go up for a wave C of wave B on the higher time frames, that is. Like I said, there's really no confirmation that it really is doing that yet because so far it hasn't broken structure. I mean, it possibly could make some sort of a three-way pullback still, and it possibly could respect the Fibonacci level and end up turning back down. The trend is definitely still down in my eyes on the higher time frame, so, but man, that looks way impulsive. This is definitely a trend for sure. This is either a wave A or a wave 1, 100%. If it turns down, then I would say either a wave B or a wave 2. If it makes an impulsive move up, at a Fibonacci retracement of this, then I would go long. And then hopefully you could learn and earn at the same time whether it makes a wave 3, which a wave 3 would break out, or whether it makes a wave C, which a wave C would potentially maybe go to the 78%, break structure, and then go back down. So, I mean, that's how you can know what you're looking at without actually knowing. You go along and then you learn and earn at the same time whether you're looking at a wave C or whether you're looking at a wave 3. We already did the Euro Pound, so you may have to rewatch the live stream if you missed it, which the live stream will be posted right after, no problem. Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is another thing that I do analyze every single day for my premium members. Like I said, this is my full list right here. All these indices, Bitcoin, natural gas, oil, silver, gold, and basically every single major Forex pair, I analyze every single day in my premium member Zoom meetings that I do every single day. I do a Zoom meeting every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the London session, and then I do a Zoom meeting every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the New York session. And these are roughly 90 minutes long. We look for potential trade setups. It's live analysis and live trading. It's just like what we do here, except for if I see a trade, I tell everybody this is a trade I'm getting in. It also comes with a trading course, and it also, I call it learn and earn at the same time because while you're learning to trade, you can hopefully be earning by following along with some of my swing trades. Just be aware that I am not a scalper. I do not scalp. I do not join my membership if you expect that you're going to be scalping with me because I am definitely not a scalper at all. So anyways, yeah, Bitcoin. I think we're in a wave 5 on Bitcoin. One, two, three, four, five. I think we need to go up to the $74,000 area, and then I think we're going to turn down in a big way. I really do not think that these things are going to go up to $1 million or whatever people's crazy forecasts are. I think this is a 1, 2, 3. I think we need to make a 4, 5. Then if we have a break of structure, that's going to be the end of a wave C, the continuation of the uptrend. I've had this little box here for a few days now, and boy, we just went right down to it today. Perfect. I don't actually trade cryptocurrency, but man, it definitely follows Ellie Wave pretty nicely. I definitely think we're in a wave C. I think this is a 1, 2, 3. We're probably going to start a wave 4 probably today or maybe tomorrow, and then we're probably going to make a wave 5. Then if it continues to respect 100%, turns up, breaks structure, that should be the end of a correction. But I think we are in a wave 5 of wave 5, and I think it's going to go up to about $74,000, and then I think it's going to turn down in a big way. But I've always been very skeptical about Bitcoin. I remember way back in 2016 talking about Bitcoin. I was trading and I've been trading since basically 2009. And 2016, I was like, Bitcoin is so full of crap. Bitcoin's going to be at zero someday. I was always one of those guys that was like, Bitcoin is going to zero. And I think it's pretty easy to see what's happened since 2016. So I've always been very skeptical about Bitcoin. I'm still very skeptical about cryptocurrency because I really do feel like someday the government is going to do something about these cryptocurrencies, which they've already done something. I think that regulating, turning Bitcoin into an EFT is all part of their plan, personally. Their plan to completely do away with crypto. I don't think Bitcoin is going anywhere, but most of these altcoins I think are not going to last. Ethereum is pretty much the same thing to me. I think we already had the end of an ABC correction. One, two, three waves down to the 61%. I think this right here is just a correction to the move up. I think we need to go up and make a wave five. One, two, three, four, five. I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to sweep these highs, and then I think it's going to go down, stop breaking structure, and potentially go down in a very, very big way. So I would definitely be looking at this move right here as a potentially an ABC correction, 100%. I would be looking for the end of the five-way pattern to go long. Definitely, just like Bitcoin, pretty much. Like you said, Bitcoin is pretty much the king of all crypto. Pretty much everything else just follows suit. Let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? We did Bitcoin. We definitely did gold. We did the euro pairs. We did the euro pound. I think I missed somebody's analysis somewhere. We did oil. I think somebody asked about something that I might have missed. If I missed somebody's analysis, definitely let me know. I'd be more than happy to look at it for you. Sometimes I do miss things in these chats because they happen pretty quickly. But it looks like I might have got everybody's questions. US dollar CAD, there you go. Now, obviously, the US dollar CAD is going to be affected by tomorrow's news, and I'm definitely still looking at this as a big ABCDE. And the part that is really giving it away for me is like the 4 hour time frame, because for me it's impulsive up, three waves down, impulsive up, three waves down, impulsive up. It's either an ABCDE or it's a wave A with a double zigzag wave B and a wave C. Either way, whether you call it an ABCDE or whether you call it an A, double zigzag wave B, wave C, it doesn't really matter because it's exactly the same outcome, which is potentially this is going to bounce off a fib level, break structure, and end up continuing the downtrend. I mean, for now, I think you should probably still be on the long side, but because I think at this point it needs to go up and hit this fib level, but I think there's a pretty good chance these things are going to reverse tomorrow. Probably break structure, probably ending either a wave E or a wave C, depending on how you count it, which I don't really think how you count it is even that important. I mean, for me, the only important Elliott wave counts is the weekly, monthly, and daily. I don't think trying to count Elliott wave on anything really below the daily is even really worth it. Yeah, no problem, Carl. Definitely, I appreciate it. So definitely make sure if you have not joined my Discord channel that you definitely do so. It is 100% free to join. The link is in the chat, it's on the screen, and it's in the description of this video. Definitely make sure you check out my website if you're interested in my membership. It is only $30 a month. You can cancel at any time. You're probably not going to cancel though because you're going to be pretty happy with the trade setups, I think. So definitely check that out if you have not done so already. Definitely make sure you like and subscribe to to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. And just to remind you, tomorrow's live stream is not going to be at 4:30 like it has been. Tomorrow's YouTube live stream is going to be for the interest rate for the US dollar. So tomorrow's live stream is going to be at 6:30 UK time or at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And this is going to be a really, really big news event right here. So definitely make sure you come back tomorrow and check that out. So as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. I hope everybody's doing really good with the trading. And as always, thank you.